Hey guys, hope you're having a great day so far. This is Elias, and I'm bringing you day 11 of the 75 Hard Challenge. Taking it to the road this time, and just another day in the life of a busy professional. As a real estate broker, my day-to-day activities are very fluid. I tend to manage a lot of my tasks around my working schedule, and today is no different. So I am going to be performing some of my workouts in between some meetings. Probably one of the workout, actually, probably the outdoor one. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm going to be in a suburb of Toronto called Oakville, and I'm looking forward to hanging out there. It's got a beautiful waterfront area, so I'm going to go and spend some time down there while I'm in between my meetings. And yeah, basically this is it. This is the day in the life of the professional that's busy and on the road. Adding in the nuances of the 75 Hard Challenge just make it that much more, I wouldn't say complicated, but definitely just gives you a lot more to juggle on a day-to-day basis than usual. But one of the things that I really appreciate about the 75 Hard is one of those kind of hidden lessons that kind of come out of it, is the adaptability, just being flexible and adaptable with your routine. Sometimes it's important to be not just listening to your body and adapting your workout routine to your physical state. If you're too sore, sometimes active recovery is a good thing. If you're feeling fresh, sometimes it's good to push a little bit harder. So I think you got to know the when to give it a little more, when to pull a little bit back, and then on the other side of the coin, it's not just about being flexible with the workout in terms of the state of your body, but it's also in terms of your schedule. Because let's not forget, folks, life is full of responsibilities. We've got all kinds of obligations, personal and professional, and we definitely do not want to let those fall by the wayside just because we've made a decision to take on a bigger commitment like the 75 Hard. The name of the game is really just showing proof that if you're willing to do the tasks at hand, you are capable of achieving the things that you're trying to do. And so for me, it's no different being a working professional as a real estate broker, where I'm constantly on the road. I just have to be adaptable. And so for me, that means sometimes not necessarily taking a weightlifting session or a fitness class. Sometimes it just means you got to just walk, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, every step counts, and it's all about doing the little things to lead you to the bigger goal. Rome wasn't built in a day, but every brick laid paved the way to its glory. And so you want to be mindful of that, and every step that you take as you go through the process of achieving your goals, as mundane or as ineffectual it may feel at the time, every single piece of that puzzle creates that big picture. So never lose sight of that. And at the same time, it's not always fluid. It's never a straightforward shot. Sometimes you do have to make some concessions. Sometimes you do have to make some sacrifices. And sometimes you do have to adapt a little bit to some of the changing dynamics in your day-to-day life or environment. And there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, the 5-year plan changes every single day. So your goal remains the same, but the ways that you need to get to achieving those goals will change. And so never lose sight of that. Don't get discouraged just because you can't, if you had planned to lift weights today, but unfortunately circumstances prevented you from doing so, a walk is just as good. A run or anything like that, it's just as important. The fact that you're doing something physically active is a really important first step. And taking on the challenge is in and of itself a success story. So congratulations to you if you've started the journey. Even if you've maybe fallen off and you've had to restart, it doesn't matter. The fact that you've stayed on it and you're continuing to stay on it, that's really one of the great things about this. Not only are you persevering, not only are you staying consistent with motivation, but you're also not getting discouraged by your own personal shortcomings. It's not failure. It's never a failure if you fall on a day and have to start all over again. It just means that you need to adapt, and you are doing so. Failure only applies if you completely give up or you absolutely neglect to complete the things that are priorities to you. That to me would be a failure. A success is someone that's fallen, gotten back up, dusted themselves off, and then continued on the journey, knowing full well that the big picture's in sight. And for those that have that mindset, I wish you nothing but the very best success, and congratulations. You're halfway there if you've got the mindset of a never give up attitude. And for those that are still working on it, don't give up. I mean, the more you do, the more you will find yourself believing in the ability that you can do. And so keep pushing and don't give up on what you're trying to achieve, guys. And with that, I wish you nothing but the very best health, happiness, and success. Continue checking off of those tasks as you aspire to achieve your goals, and stay hard. My first workout of the day was outside. Happened to find myself off-site for some meetings in Oakville, which is an hour outside of Toronto. Spent the afternoon in between meetings walking along their waterfront trails there. It was a beautiful afternoon, so I took advantage of that wonderful weather. And then for my second workout, I did a superset focusing on the chest area. So I did a bench press here, so 5 reps this time. And I superset that with a heavy kettlebell Romanian deadlift, and did that for a total of 10 rounds. So 5 reps per round for the bench press, and then started with 10 reps on the kettlebell deadlift. And then I worked my way down for each subsequent round by 1 less rep. So my second round was 9 deadlifts, 8, etc. And then sticking with 5 bench press each round. And I did that for a total of 10 rounds until I got to 5 bench press reps and 1 kettlebell rep at the very end. And focusing more on getting a good stretch here. And for my second workout, I focused on a deadlift. Went a little bit heavier, not too crazy. Again, same thing. 3, superset this with push-ups. So 3 reps of the deadlift, followed by 10 rounds of push-ups. So the first round was 10 push-ups, and then I did this in a pyramid, declining pyramid stack. So 1 less rep per round, and I did this for 10 total rounds until I got to 1 push-up at the very end. I had a little bit more time left at the end, so I decided to do another pyramid superset, just focusing on rows. And so I started with 10 rows on my right side, 1 row on the left side, worked my way down, 1 less rep on my right side, worked my way up, 1 more rep on the left side for 10 total rounds.